This website is designed for the sole purpose of IBAC and the Commonwealth Ombudsman and ASIC for my whistleblower status, which I would like granted because I am being oppressed. I have been systemically oppressed for some time, which has aided and abetted my death. A fatal injury in a hospital, which was then covered up because apparently death's not good enough for me. So I believe I will be killed, and they will lengthen and extend the amount of time I suffer in destitution with lack of any support whatsoever, and or find a way to criminalise me and jail me or label me as delusional and crazy and institutionalise me. I believe the movement to desecrate me is protecting those in positions of money, power and privilege against me, who's easily exploitable as gay, drug user or mad, and that further to this stuff that's already been happening to me, frame him, delay everything, deny everything, ostracise him from everyone, reject him, set him up to fail, maim him financially, steal his data, destroy his email, ruin his business, steal his ABN, destroy his health cover, destroy his insurance, reject his work cover, ban him, deny his Centrelink, deny his royalties, any money that he gets, try and stop it, blacklist him, deny him litigation, frame every legal agent to stand against him and collect data to share with us, rob him, victimise and vilify him, set him up, surround his house, scream abuse at him, exploit his known vulnerabilities so that when his persecution comes and it's publicised, these things will be easy to believe. Torture him, persecute him, systemically scapegoat him, destroy him in every way, deny him any justice, label him crazy, victimise him, vilify him, desecrate him. If we can't do that, we'll jail him and we'll maim him, frame him, call him crazy and incarcerate him. We will set him up to fail. Do everything to make it as hard as it can be for Dr Rich McLean. Their motive is to systemically oppress me, to lengthen the amount of time of my suffering fighting a losing battle that's already set up from the top, and me doing it all the while in poverty, desperation and depression with not one person on my side. This is for the end goal, to aid and abet my death by suicide. They think I will do the rest. Well, I'm here to tell you I won't. I will not be typecast as someone mentally ill who has died because of that or because of drug use. The main reason is I am less of a burden, dead, by my own hand, than if I exposed the systemic oppression and toxic gaslighting, ostracisation, rejection, blah, 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 that would see me be handsomely compensated, even though this isn't even about money. And if I do expose you all, I know that you have already framed me not to speak because you've cast me in the most taboo light and framed me with evidence. I am one human being against the huge conspiracy of people with lawyers, power, money. I have fought valiantly, and my superpower is resilience, and I have given so much to Australian society, and in return, well, it's not been a good story, but I just want to say that this is an introductory video to the website, and I want to say that everyone is forgiven. I forgive myself the errors that I've made to get me in this position. I don't understand how I've got here, but I am, and I need to speak now, because if I don't, I could be dead. I fear for my life, and I want to say that if I have my way, no one goes to jail. I get some peace. All I want is some freedom from oppression. I want to live a simple life with my dog and enjoy simple things in life and contribute to society where I can, as I always have done. And that to me will be a great outcome. Please acknowledge this website as my official rebuttal to my rejection from all those agencies of my whistleblower status and my product public interest disclosure. In my book, no one wins unless everyone wins, and it is ungodly to oppress one singular person, victimising, vilifying, and scapegoating him in such a profoundly conscious, malicious, and across the board way, in that just one person who flicks it down the line can't be seen as responsible, but I can be so easily exploited in my death for the known prejudices that already exist within society, which are consciously being exploited to maim and further desecrate me. It is illegal to die in a hospital when you went there for the reason of not dying. The Office of the Chief Psychiatrist said, well, you can't kill yourself every time you don't get what you want. That is the most preposterous thing I've ever heard. It is a vile way of summing up someone's experience when they have not had the lived experience that you have had. I actually also feel that because of the there's a few points in my life where this is stemmed from, and one of them is the book I wrote about my experience with schizophrenia and regretful sex and drugs and sex and rock and roll and all that. We know I'm not a saint. Another one is my former partner, who I was with for 5 years and engaged to, and he left me homeless and escaped with $1 million, and I know some things about him. And the other one is, of course, the Dr Whittaker case, in which I innocuously recorded something because I thought I was going insane. I was in grief out of a friend's suicide, and I wasn't getting the help I needed. The medical records clearly show I needed the help. It was malpractice, clear and simple. If it wasn't, they would have welcomed the recording to exonerate themselves, but instead a movement was born to kick the can down the road in order that I suffer and that I die. And that is provable by the emails that I still have, even though after I got out of hospital, rejected to society, squatting with no money, no food, and no support. And for a suicide survivor, also having had golden staff, by the way, to have the Mental Health Complaints Commissioner, the Health Complaints Commissioner, the Office of the Information Commissioner, and the Victorian Ombudsman covering up that illegal and systemic oppression that led to my death, which could be called a conspiracy to murder. To have them cover it up was just so freeing for the CEO of the hospital, who emailed me directly and bade me and tempted me to sue him directly if I have any issues. So you can see with which impunity that organisations and systemic organisations and other government, state government and national entities and people of positions of privilege and power can actually act with impunity to deny a massive story. And, you know, don't ever piss off a writer because they might make you famous. And it has destroyed me in all ways, and further to my death and the cover-up that then existed after the other cover-up and the cover-ups before that. My business was desecrated. My emails were destroyed because it was evidence before a court, and my website richmclean.com.au is also my ABN, which was destroyed. I still don't have control over it, and I was gaslighted, ostracised, rejected, systemically oppressed in every way, even though I went through the right channels to try and report it. None of this I can report to the police, including very serious crime, and you all know this, and you absolutely are aware of it, and you're going to try and find clever litigatory ways to explain your way out of it, But if you explain yourself out of this website, then I will be very surprised, because the writing is on the wall. I'm a sentient being who deserves protection from persecution, and you can't kill me because so many people know about it, because I've been framed. But to aid and abet my death until I kill myself for my own hand, which happened in hospital, and I only found out post-hospital that I was framed by the doctor's lawyer as some evil extortionist who recorded that just to get money. And by the way, about that time, I was gifted $100,000, and the guy that gave it to me reneged on it and said, "Oh, I was hearing voices and I was in a hospital," and so he was out of hospital when he gave it to me, but he said it was a mistake. So what did I do? I gave it back. That's because I'm an ethical guy. This isn't about money. This is about ethics and justice and my freedom from oppression and a life that is deserving. Even if I was no one, a homeless junkie on the street, well, nearly I am, but as a person who's achieved so much and given so much to Australian society, I deserve a place in the sun, free from oppression, systemic oppression, government abuse, and I require litigation, freedom to a non-biased lawyer, and I don't want anyone to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I know you've framed me. Even if I come forward with this, I see the pedophile posts I've been tagged in and the rapist dog fucking messages that are all over the place. I've never raped anyone. I'm not a kitty fiddler, and I've never fucked a chicken. So, look, I just want to say that everyone's forgiven. I'll move on. I just want a life free from oppression. This is my. Why do I have to atone for all your sins? You know, madness in individuals is rare, but in society it's the norm. And I'm afraid all these systemic institutions are one stick in the faggot, sorry for the word, of the oppressive movement that has already killed me, already covered it up, and I believe will aid and abet my death until either I do it myself or you'll isolate me in such a narcissistic methodology that I'll be isolated enough you'll be able to do it yourself. So I don't want to die. I want to... Crystal, say hello. Crystal, I love you. See, I'm a human being. I'm a nice person. I just forgive everyone. Dr. Whittaker, I forgive all the doctors. Everyone's only framed by what they're capable of doing. We can only do what we can do. But the powers that be and who collect the information, the Office of Information Commissioner, who won't give me my information, and I can't fight this alone with no family and not one alibi or one lawyer, and the people I do get are sent by proxy to collect information. This is not a sustainable way for me to live or exist, or even if I, killed and raped 10 babies, sorry, that's really gross. No one deserves the kind of oppression and systemic oppression at that from the government, and the prejudice from every person and agency and family member for whatever reason exploiting already existing vulnerabilities of prejudice in society that have been amplified in the case of Dr. Rich McLean. So I'm signing off. This is the website. Here are all the evidence. I'm sorry if I've shared something, but what are you going to do? Sue me. I require whistleblower status, and I expect it as soon as possible. Thank you. Peace out.